This will probably be good for this evening, right? I think so. Make them all kind of nestle down for a bit.
What's that saying? If you don't like the weather, stick around 10 minutes and it'll be different.
The Brooks Range, over 700 miles of the coldest, most isolated, and intense terrain Alaska has to offer. But first, we have to get there.
Hey guy, here's this one there. I think we're going through these roads. So, we're in Fairbanks, heading up to the North Fork of the Chinook River. So this is the gates of the Arctic National Park and Reserve. Not entirely sure the plan right now. Information's always a little thin. We take a Helio, which is kind of like a Cessna, to Coldfoot and then over to camp. It's just the two of us. Not a lot of people going where we're going.
After a few hours of confusion, which tends to be the norm with trips like this, my friend Micah and I departed Fairbanks in a small airplane. We followed the Alaskan pipeline for 30 minutes before heading towards a remote camp in the Chandalar River Basin. Rolling green hills gave way to foothills, which gave way to mountains. We touched down on a river basin, and two small tents and one large tent welcomed us home.
Yeah, we all got our...
Our plane touched down, we unloaded, and the outgoing hunters loaded up and took off in a matter of minutes. With storm clouds building, we quickly said hello to our guide, Fred Harbison, and took our gear inside the big tent.
Bear and caribou. Come back here, and then go upriver. Whatever long john you like. You know, up top and bottom. A puffy, a vest, 4 solid layers for your top, 3 solid layers on your legs. Every ounce counts up there. Yeah, that'll be awesome. That's some cool country. And this is a really flat, beautiful walk up against the side of a super cool little gorge. Rocks. And that's actually where you catch some graylings. Hunting the whole way.
Yeah. Sounds great.
1.4 million acres, so I don't think we're going to get all of it.
That's how big you can say.
They're all separate. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then up straight below that, you'll see.
Oh yeah, I got them. Holy shit, they're up there. That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, well, then this is the plan.
So this sounds like...
I mean,
This is the plan.
Yeah.
for an adventure
an
hunt,
adventure,
this is the...
Yeah. So that's 6 dinners plus a spare. Well, I always take a spare. It just sits in the bottom of the pack. It goes everywhere with me.
How many things do you have in the bottom of your pack? I feel like you have a lot of things you don't ever touch.
There are a lot of things in the bottom of the pack.
Last minute packing.
Just getting started. We spent a night kind of at what would be the base camp. It's just 3 tents, but we're gonna go about 18 miles out to this area where they spotted this big bear and camp out there. So we're just packing up what we need for about 6 days, plus a little extra, and this is how it starts.
We finalized plans, caught some sleep, and headed out the next morning on the first part of our adventure. Our packs were heavy. Mine tipped the scales at just over 77 pounds. And with dozens and dozens of miles ahead, this was going to be a test, no matter what.
Looks like somebody's scratching their back here. But I guess a bear.
We moved quietly, hunting as we traveled, and stopped occasionally to shed a layer of clothing, change out our socks, or have a quick look through the binoculars. Knowing full well that our menu for the next several days was full of packaged, processed foods, I took the chance, whenever I could, to try to get some fresh meat.
Oh, yeah.
That was a lot of work. Covered some miles. The most beautiful place I've ever been in. Straight up. We're on the side of a mountain. This is our house. So we're gonna have a mountain house. With a little stove here. All right. Let that boil. Boiling. It's pretty important not to eat this. This is not seasoning. I don't even know what chicken a la king is. I like to put it in here. It's 212 degrees, so I'll keep that warm.
Make sure it's sealed.
Morning.
How's your thick granola?
Well, it's not thick. I quadrupled the water. This is kind of heaven, in my perspective. I just don't think these places are going to be around forever, so getting to experience them like this is really special. It's just, I mean, look at this.
A trip like this isn't just hunting, it's survival. Getting calories in, keeping dry, having a plan, knowing where you're going. Almost every action that you make on a trip like this is important, and it becomes a part of whether you're successful or not. When I'm home in Utah, I spend a lot of time shed hunting and looking for antlers. But boy, Alaska was a whole different ballgame.
He's 8.
We call the dark rings 2.
You called annulite 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he's in his 9th. Trying it all out.
Like the underwear tree.
Yeah.
First time we've been able to dry things out in several days. So I'm gonna go wash some stuff in the river.
Sounds great.
Set up for a couple days out here. This is the Jurassic Park of the Brooks Range, apparently. Yeah, we're gonna hike up tonight and get up where we can see this whole valley, or as much of it as possible, and take inventory of what's out there.
Probably the biggest misconception I had was how often we would see animals. I just assumed, being up here, animals would be running all over the place.
Bears. Micah found a couple of grizzlies up high.
But given how many millions of acres there were, it made sense that we very seldomly found what we were looking for.
You always hear about bears like just eating blueberries, and you're like, man, how do they eat so many? But just look at these. I have a ton of blueberry stains on my ass right now because every time you sit down, you're like sitting in blueberries.
Big day, huh?
Hope so. Our goal is to get a caribou and a grizzly. We're going to get up on top over here today. It's supposed to be kind of a blustery day, so we're taking all of our layers. But we're gonna get up there and try to make something happen today.
For those unfamiliar with hunting, they often think it's just about killing animals. I would guess less than 1% of the time you're actually doing that. Most of the time, it's hiking, looking through binoculars, waiting, and more waiting.
What's that saying? If you don't like the weather, stick around 10 minutes and it'll be different. We had totally clear skies to the point where I had all my gear laid out drying. These clouds just kind of kept building. And all of a sudden, we were in a pretty good snow-rain mix for about an hour. So, put our layers on, just kind of hunkered down, stayed warm. It's kind of fun when you get to use your gear and kind of watch the storm like pass through the valley. It's beautiful.
Oh, they're gonna come out of the view. Now you can clearly see them.
Tell me where it's
The laws are about 4 inches, 3 inches maybe.
We headed back to camp as the sun went down. Another unsuccessful day. We had faced rain and snow all day, so we were literally chilled and wet to the bone.
This is my nightly ritual of drying out. So here's what we do. Is you get in your sleeping bag, you get real warm, then you come out and the air's colder, it evaporates. And I'll sit here like this until this stops, and then I'll do it again. This is my second cycle.
Steam.
I know, right?
I can't even smell
But it's amazing
fog.
how effective it is. It literally will just dry you out by morning.
Wow.
I mean, I prefer to be dry, but sometimes you don't have a choice, so look at that.
God.
Snow up. Stop. Black, that smoke clears out. You actually have flames coming through the top. That was like right back here. You only need 2 or 3 degrees difference between ambient.
Fire changes everything. It's just nice to be as dry as can be for the next couple days. So.
Yep.
Day 5. Yeah, I think with hunting successfully, there are 2 omnipresent things. And one is logging miles, and 2 is a lot of time behind the binoculars. We hunted pretty late last night, so made the decision today just to kind of sleep in a bit and kind of slow hunt back.
No, don't. I'm gonna pack my shit up and then you can have the whole tent.
We are super socked in, and you get glimpses when clouds are moving through, so I glassed what I could, but so I'm gonna make some breakfast and try again a little bit. Learning every day how to do this. Now on the top is dry socks, snacks.
You need to decide what you want to prioritize, because the best bear hunting are going to be down here at Low Pass, glassing this whole freaking area. But those are my 2 thoughts.
Okay, sounds good.
We came to a point in the hunt where we had to decide how to prioritize: moose, caribou, or grizzlies. But sometimes the decision gets made for you.
Grizzly. 2 cubs right there.
Micah and I had stopped to take a couple photos. Fred had kept moving along. We We had a drainage between us, and in that drainage was a grizzly bear and her 2 cubs.
No, you get out of here!
While Fred pushed them away, inadvertently, he pushed them right towards us.
Dude, I swear to God right now. Talk to me.
So we're coming out of this drainage. Fred's ahead of us. The mom and the 2 cubs are hauling ass out of here, but they were down there. They saw Fred. They came right towards us. So I got the rifle out and chambered around, and you just hear it. And that's usually like, I mean, the mom was not happy. She was ready to go.
That got her going in one direction.
You hear it hoofing.
Oh yeah, she was going to fuck something up.
Yeah.
The last thing we wanted to do was shoot a female grizzly, especially one with 2 cubs, because inadvertently, it likely means the cubs won't make it either. Fortunately, in this scenario, we were able to turn the bears away, and everyone lived to see another day. But that experience changed my perspective on making decisions and how fast they can happen. We set up to glass, and to be honest, we were looking for moose in this area, but a big male grizzly presented himself. We made some coffee and kept an eye on him. When he started working our way, things escalated quickly. It's always a crazy mix of emotions when you decide to pull a trigger. And this time felt even crazier. I knew that my shot had to be true, and there was no room for error. A poor shot that only injured the animal would put us in a lot of danger.
Okay, chamber safe. Oh, that's a nice bear.
That happened fast.
Yeah, it did.
Coming to the Brooks Range, my goal was honestly to shoot a big caribou and maybe a big moose. I bought the Grizzly tag and struggled up until the moment of pulling the trigger on whether I could or wanted to do it. But given the research I'd done and understanding how many bears there were in this region, I decided that it was the right thing to do.
6, 7.5. Yeah, so 7.5 foot bear. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start right here and go right down. More like you're pulling the skin away, you know.
What we got there?
Grizzly back straps.
We're actually honest measurement here. Boom. Congratulations. Your Grizz. That in the middle. Pin him. Yeah.
Christian's got all this stuff and a bear. Actually looks like the bear has Christian. Oh, no, there he goes. Here's your snow line. It's dropping.
Start with a little. These are the back straps.
Best part.
You know, like we just had some beef steak, so this will be a nice comparison.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's more excited than Fred.
What the hell are you doing?
What's the horseradish mask, baby?
You don't throw up.
Yeah.
So, you've had Grizzly. What's it taste like?
Several times. It tastes like some rotten salmon mixed in with a little dog food. It's been put under a compost pile that someone tried to make some kimchi with, but didn't quite get there. And now we're gonna cook it and eat it.
How is that even possible? Just kidding. It's fine.
Pretty good.
It's tastes like really well done steak.
It'll keep you alive.
Try it. See, this might change your opinion.
I'm having a
I tell you what.
processed.
I thought we were a team. I thought you were a team.
We are. We drank some beers. We got a Grizzly.
You gotta have a little bite.
That's okay.
I didn't make you take a bite of the heart.
How about this little amount as a token?
You're not gonna get me to eat a fucking grizzly bear.
We are leaving our base camp and heading out to look for caribou. Yeah.
That angle, I think we can see a little bit up into the Wind River cut. See if there's anything coming out. We can see down that way from there, and we can see up that way from there.
2 days left. How you feeling?
My immediate response is I need a shower. Bad. Feel good. Funny thing is, my watch says I've been getting some of the best sleep of my life, which means I think is more a result of the effort during the day than the accommodations at night. But not bad. Pretty cozy. I think every time you get towards this part of the hunt, it's like a bit of a race against time, but there's nothing you can do, so just enjoying it.
There is some white stuff everywhere. Oh, wish for snow. That's what we got. Maybe you can see some animal tracks today.
With just a few days left, I still wanted to get a caribou or a moose. So we quickly unpacked, repacked, and headed back out in another direction, hoping to get what we came here for.
You have the choice of hot granola or hot granola. Yeah, this is our last day hunting. Got till the end of shooting light today to find a caribou or a moose. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But either way, we're out here. See what today brings.
Until next time.
Whether you achieve your goals or not on a hunt like this, it will always change you. And to me, that's what you really come here for. To learn about yourself, about the world, about nature. I'm just so thankful to have these opportunities. It was bittersweet to fly out, and it was even more bittersweet to see the first road as we flew over, coming back into civilization. Wild places are special, and I hope they remain for generations to come, and I have a few more times to experience things like this.